all your assistance getting this place open. I'm very flattered by the turnout for the celebration. So let me start first and thank my family who's here with me today, my son Kyle, my daughter Megan, and my wife Judy, who's been with me for many, many years for all of these openings. That being said, there's so many people to thank. I'm going to forget a lot of them. But first of all, we have what we call our Wakefern staff. ShopRite is a privately owned cooperative, 50 different independent owners, and we're supported by a little umbrella organization called Wakefern Food Corporation, of which we're all part owners. And many of those people travel from out of state to use their expertise to help us. Like us, most of those people started at the bottom rung pushing carts or pushing pencils, worked their way up where now they build stores. So let me start with that group. I know Andre's out there somewhere, if he could wave, was our chief engineer. Andre helped supervise the construction, the mechanicals, and was a liaison with the town officials, elected code officials to make sure, you know, we built the store that Brookhaven wanted. I also owe a lot of thanks to our landlords who are here from Millbrook Properties. I'll give a little wave, and I know that the young man behind there is Pascal, the first gentleman who we had contact with in regard to the center. You know, again, tells me he grew up locally, right? Yeah, and was instrumental in getting this deal done to open it, believe it or not. Went to his bosses and made this thing happen. So thank you for that. I have back in the rough-looking group back there is Keith and Matt, who were our Keith was our construction foreman throughout the whole project, and Matt his right-hand man. So they lined up the contractors, supervised them, brought in, the carpenters lived locally here. Our union foreman and the carpentry crew was a resident Ronkonkoma, brought in some of his crew. Our refrigeration supervisor came out of Ronkonkoma, Holbrook, and brought in a lot of local guys to build a store that they're going to be here shopping in. And they did an outstanding job. You can see the pride. They talked about how they're going to bring their family and show them where they put that wall. I mean, the carpenters weren't happy with one wall down there one day, a little bit of an angle. They ripped it down and rebuilt it so I wouldn't see it. So that's the type of pride when you get local people building a store that they're going to shop in. They want to make sure their family recognizes that. I want to thank all the department managers and employees here who put the place together. There's a lot of good stories there. Most of the team that put this store together and merchandised it were, in many cases, teenagers or first jobs when we opened Selden, and worked their way up where I could walk away and left them here many days putting the store together, doing the item selection and setting up the store. So I'm very proud of the people that did that. All of your department managers here grew up locally. You're going to recognize them. The people who run our produce, our bakers, our head butcher lives in Ronkonkoma, walking distance. These are your neighbors. You're going to recognize them, and they want to take good care of you. So again, I can go on thanking people one after another, but I have to admit that Kevin Laval, our local councilman, was very instrumental in badgering me, you know, through the years. We're associated with the Middle Country Chamber of Commerce with our Selden store. Kevin would come to a lot of the meetings. He shops in Selden, supported us, and he would constantly come and say, you know, the people in Ronkonkoma would really like one of these stores. You know, anything to do over there. And I said, I'm thinking about it. And we contacted the landlord. He goes, what can I tell my people? I got a meeting tonight. I need to take something back. When are we getting the store? So it was very instrumental. And you know, a lot going on in that town. You know, they got the gas lamps down the street. Everything's getting fixed up. It's a great community. You really want to be there. And sure enough, we do. I mean, I do think it's beautiful what's happened up and down the county road here, Portion Road. And really what we like to be part of, if you look at ShopRite, You know, the towns we go in, we don't leave. I mean, there's ShopRite's been 50, 60 years in some of these towns, and you know, we hire local people. You know, we're deeply engaged in our communities, and we just don't leave. We have generations. We have situations. We have fourth-generation families running ShopRite stores right now in certain communities. So, and I'm very happy to be part of that. With that being said, with all the employees we have are just as engaged in their communities. They're, you know, we had 26 people last year at Kevin's 4-mile run for the farm. If you're not familiar, it's coming up in August. Free advertising here.
I appreciate that.
Last farm in
Center Reach.
In Center Reach, and they raise produce to feed the hungry. That's what they do. Everything they raise goes to feed the impoverished. We had 26 employees show up and run that 4 miles last year, and we're going to be there in strong support. And that is one of our key missions in ShopRite. We grew up in this community. All the families that run ShopRites, we start at the bottom level. We grew up, you know, our friends and neighbors. We know what hunger is in our communities. Yeah, we know the people that are suffering. So we've taken that as a mission. As a food company, it's our primary mission is to solve hunger in the areas we operate. So we've become members of the food banks in every area in which we operate. We work very closely with St. Margaret's currently. As our pantry, where if we bake too much bread or goof up, it goes to the pantries that day. We've worked a little bit with Elizabeth Ann Seaton down here. Look forward to doing more. And as part of that hunger relief mission, we have Paul Pachter here today, the Executive Director of Long Island Cares. Did I say that right? So Long Island Cares, for those who don't know, is a dedicated group of individuals inspired by Harry Chapin. Right. Those of you who are old enough to remember, you know, Harry Chapin took hunger on as a mission too. The Long Island Cares people were inspired by that, and they've inspired us. And every pantry to which we donate is vetted by Long Island Cares to make sure that the food we donate gets in the right hands. Okay, so they almost certify a pantry so they can't scam you. So we have a lot of dedicated individuals there. I know our employees have been over there working, and in recognition of their mission, our family would like to donate to Long Island Cares a sum of $10,000. I'd like I know it's noisy in here, but I'd just like Paul to expand on how the food bank stretches $1. When somebody gives $1, maybe briefly tell what you get for that $1.
Well, we could probably take this $10,000 and stretch it to $100,000.
Really? Wow.
No problem, because of the way we purchase. But I mean, we're here today primarily because I can't say enough about what the Gallagher family has done, what Wakefern has done to help us solve hunger on Long Island, an issue that impacts 272,000 of our neighbors in both counties, including 89,000 children. We can solve this if we have the resources, if we have the determination. And the Gallagher family and ShopRite are part of the solution of food insecurity in our communities, and we're really honored to be here today at the launch of this incredible store. So thank you so much.
Okay, very well. I'd like Kevin to come up briefly. We have a minute before we get people in to start shopping, so that I can get money in the bank to cover that check.
Well, this is one of my favorite things to do as a councilman, be able to be here to open a new store. This one's special to me though, because about 5 years ago, when I became a councilman, I live in Selden, I would go to ShopRite, I got to meet Charlie Gallagher, and I got to meet his family. And you know, you see what a great job Charlie does with ShopRites, how they run their business. But the key that I love about Charlie is it just doesn't stop here in the store. As he just talked about, he goes out into the community, He's hiring people from right around the area. He's supporting so many different causes. Just gave away $10,000 today. You know, this is what he and his family do. It's great to bring in new business, but it's even better to bring in the right businesses and the right people to run them. Charlie, I can't tell you how much we appreciate you coming in here. I'm going to give you the rest of the day before I start badgering you about your next location. So I'm going to give you today, just to get started. But congratulations on behalf of the town. Just want to give you a round of applause.
Thank you very much.
Charlie's having me go through all the elected officials here because everybody's excited. We've all got questions. When's it going to open? What's going to happen? I'm proud to be joined. Where is he? I'll start with our comptroller, John Kennedy.
We'll make it real fast too. We need people to shop, but I just want to echo how much we appreciate entrepreneurs like the Gallagher family digging in and turning around what was a situation that was a real challenge here in Ronkonkoma. A gorgeous store, supportive of the community, hiring locally, 338 RWDSU. Thank you, I appreciate it. You're a union employer. It shows a merchant who's willing to go ahead and take care of his employees. That's what we're all about. That's what we want to see more of in Suffolk County. And on behalf of the 1.5 million people, we'll be here shopping.
Thank you very much.
Also joining us today is a young man who's been around for a very long time. He's just elected as our assemblyman in this area just recently. Great young man, Assemblyman Doug Smith.
So great to be here today. We have on behalf of the New York State Assembly a citation honoring you. And I just have to say, as somebody who's worked in this community, who grew up in this community, what a welcome addition. And I know I've seen the great works you've done up in the Middle Country area. So it'll be great to have you expanding across Long Island a little bit further. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Also here with us today, we have two of our Suffolk County legislators. They split this area in Ronkonkoma, but they both wanted to be here today. We have legislator Leslie Kennedy and legislator Tommy Oratori.
Well, just a couple of words. Just welcome and thank you for coming to Ronkonkoma. All the employees, all the union people. I mean, I live right down the block, so I saw every minute of construction. The hard work that went on outside, so much was going on, but now it's wonderful. God bless you and welcome again. Good luck.
Thank you for all your support. Thank you.
I'm the legislator next door, so just to let you know how appreciative we are that you all were driving past here every day was horrendous. Watching you put in all those cesspools was a little tough too. But congratulations on behalf of the 93,000 people in my district.
93,000. We'll take them all. Thank you very much. Thank everyone, and I guess we're ready to cut it.
There you go. That takes scissors.
We have the big scissors.
We got the big scissors. There we go. Scissors?
Yeah, right, he wants you to work it.
This was block and sweep. All the time going to run.
No injuries. All right.
Tight, nice and tight. It's tight.
Because I was looking right at you.
Good luck. Let's get the customer.